all of you doing? The last week of the week, last day of the week, Friday. Hope you are doing great. Hope you have achieved everything what you planned when you started this week. Okay, and now you're getting ready for the fantastic weekend which is coming over. Okay, so today, obviously, now this is time for all of you. Might be you doing some last check before you complete everything and going back to home, or some of you already have done it and already in transit to go to home, right? So I just want you to plug in your headset with you, and I want to find quick 10-15 minutes. No, I just want you 10-15 minutes to listen me, because today I'm going to share one more topic which is very close to my experiences of project management, project leadership with people. And I come across, I mean, I have come across a number of situations while leading with people, and today's topic again, one of that really help you to manage and look at the different perspective the situation. Okay, so before I go into the topic, I want to quickly introduce myself. I am Tushar Chaudhary, and I'm a leadership coach, and I help mid-career, mid-senior project managers to grow into influential leaders. Okay, so most of you have figured out all the technical things. You really, that when you become subject matter expert, now the next thing you're looking for your career is to lead the big projects, lead the multi-dimensional projects with multiple lots of stakeholders involved, right? And you really want to lead that situation, conflicts, stakeholder and their requirements and their challenges, teams. So this is where I help you guys to move from that task focused mindset to leadership mindset. And not only the leadership mindset, but to build your influence ecosystem, where in that ecosystem you operate at your core as a leadership core. So your values, your foundational things, where on daily basis, on 24 by 7, you operate with that mindset, which is which gives you a prosperity in your job, in your career, and attracting leadership opportunities, income. So that's the I help you guys to grow into the next level. Now, today's is topic is when the smartest engineer become the biggest blocker in the project. Okay, this is the topic. So before I start, I would like to ask you another one more time, a question: that have you ever worked with someone who is extremely smart technically, but still becomes the biggest blocker in the project? Not because they are lazy, okay, not because they don't care, but because their intelligence slowly turns into rigidity. They question everything, they challenge every idea, they want everything to be technically perfect. And suddenly, what happens? The project starts slowing down. And today, I want to talk about the same real situation I experienced in one of my projects, when the smartest engineer in the team became the biggest blocker. Because this situation teaches a very powerful leadership lesson, and I want you to please note this down. Okay, so I start with, I want to share with you the reality of technical intelligence. See, in many organizations, technical excellence is highly respected, and it should be. Okay, but technical brilliance alone does not guarantee the project success. I want you to read this book. The book name is Multipliers, and the author of author of this book is Liz Wiseman. Liz explained in that book that smart people multiply the intelligence of the team, but some unintentionally diminish the team's progress. Not because they are bad people, okay, but because they dominate the discussions using their technical words, technical things, and they slow the decisions. Is that something, Balbon, for you? The smartest person in the room is not always the best contributor to progress. Is that, Balbon, moment for you? I want you to type yes in the comment section. Okay, I'm also coming from the core technical area. I worked for almost a decade to become expert into that area. I personally experienced this one. Whenever I used to have common discussions with my any decisions to be made, I put in add in all the technical jargons, technical things to make sure that the things get more complicated again. Okay, and slow down the decision. I have experienced that one. Let me share with you one a real workplace example from my projects. You know, we had a very talented senior engineer in the project team. In fact, technically, he was probably the strongest expert in the project. So everyone respected his knowledge. But slowly, something started happening. Every design review, whenever we have to design the review, it is supposed to be done in the stipulated hours, 1 or 2 hours, what we given. But it started taking longer time. Every decision required more analysis. Every proposal faced detailed technical objections. And on paper, it looked like a quality control. On the sake of quality control, yeah, we thought it's a process. But in reality, it started slowing the entire momentum of the project. One day, in one of our project review meeting, I realized something. My team was waiting for approval from that person to move forward. And I was little surprised that how, to approve, we have to wait. So I had a one-to-one conversation with that person, and I told him something very honestly, that your intelligence is respected, your is valuable, but the project needs decisions. We don't look for perfection, not endless perfection. Okay, this is what I experience. Most of we technical engineers, we try to do the things so perfect, then we kill the time, we kill the cost, and we kill the motivation of other people also, and then they block the entire channel. They want to go through that them only to confirm everything. So what project needs decisions, not endless perfection. Now that conversation changed things. Obviously, he started focusing on critical risks instead of every small detail, and the project regained speed again. See, that moment taught me something important, that leadership is not about controlling people. It is about redirecting their energy towards something tangible outcomes. Yeah, that's something our job is as a leader. That's the realization I had. Now, I want to share with you the psychology behind these smart blockers. Now, if you really want to understand this in more depth, I would like you to read this book, Ego is the Enemy. This is the author name is Ryan Holiday. Ryan explained in this book that sometimes our strength become our weakness. Do you agree with me? Because this is what really happens in our day-to-day life also. We having so much of experience, it becomes a trap for us to grow. We performing every time, it becomes a trap for us. See, when people are known for being intelligent, they may unconsciously try to protect that identity. I remember I also gone through this. Really agree with this sentence. We try to protect our identity, and that becomes our weakness. Okay, so they challenge others constantly, they resist alternative approaches, they avoid quick decisions, not because they want to harm the project, but because they want to maintain intellectual authority. So in projects, ego often hides behind expertise. Do you agree with me? Yeah, type yes in the comment section. So what there is a leadership lesson here. But for that, I want you to read one more book. The book name is Team of Teams, and this was written by General Stanley McChrystal. So General Stanley explained in this book that in complex environments, success comes from the shared understandings and the quick collaborations, not from one person being the smartest. Projects succeed when intelligence become collective, not individual. And this is the real leadership challenge. So helping brilliant individuals work with the team, not above the team. Again, is that a bulb on moment for you? Type yes in the comment section. Now the question is, how will you do that one? Now, if you really want to handle the situations like this, I would like to share with you three leadership shifts, practical shifts that you should be implementing. So the first shift I want you to look at is that I want you to move from the technical authority to the team alignment. Don't and I have seen this one in the offices at workplaces when while working with technical people. I've seen the technical people they fight for technical brilliance. So don't fight for technical brilliance. Align it. Ask yourself, what is the most critical risk we must solve today? Now this focus is expertise where it matters most. Okay. Then another second shift I want you to follow or implement is move from that perfectionism, everything to be perfect. Move from that one to practical progress. See, project needs progress, not endless perfection. So encourage decisions with is this good tough? Is this good enough to move forward? Speed matters in execution. Yeah. And shift number three I want you to implement is most of us are very good in solo, and we want that solo intelligence to be always exhibited. So from individual intelligence, I want you to move from individual intelligence to collective intelligence. Again, this is an identity. Okay. The great leaders create environments where the smartest person supports the team, not dominates it. Because projects move fastest when the team thinks together. Agree with me? Type yes in the comment section. Good. So we come to the close of this topic today. And before I go, I would like to share the closer is that every project team has brilliant individuals, right? But brilliance alone does not deliver results. Projects move forward when intelligence is balanced with collaboration, humility, and decision making. So the smartest engineer can become the biggest blocker or the biggest accelerator. The difference is the leadership guidance. Now, if this talk resonates with you, I want you to comment engineer because I'm also an engineer. You're also an engineer. Please comment engineer in the comment section. And in case you are uh, one of those engineer who is in the mid career, already delivering technically fantastic, but you also going through the same phase or you experiencing this with one of your team member, how to deal with it, how to overcome this challenge, I would like to help you. Now book one-to-one slot with me. The link is in the comment section. But also I would like to share with you there is a webinar happening on Sunday at 10 a.m. for those engineers for project leadership point of view. Okay, I want you to join there. I'm going to share with you three-step framework. I called it as TAL framework, which is going to help you to build your trust and then authority and also then your legacy in the organization so that you can create high impact, high influence and attract those leadership opportunities and high income also. If you are ready to move into leadership roles, I think you should attend that webinar on Sunday. Okay. or join my community, the Influential Leadership Hub. It's a WhatsApp community where all more than 300, 400 people are collaborating with each other on daily basis. We interact with each other, we learn and grow together. Okay. So with this note, I'm signing off now for the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow again with one more leadership insight. And until then, please implement the things which we learn. Book one-to-one slot with me. The link is in the comment section, or you can go to my LinkedIn profile for booking the appointment. Attend my webinar, Project Leadership Mastery, on Sunday at 10 a.m. Again, link in the comment section. Join the WhatsApp group. No? So until that moment, implement the things. Take care of yourself. God bless you.